Cast night in the freaking house, y'all. Man, I don't even have to hype this stuff up. It hypes itself, y'all. Welcome in. We're about to bounce F back. Moon bounce, y'all, you already know. Bounce back, guys. Now, flip a hell to
y'all know Cast night, I'ma bounce to the house. Bounce back like a kiddo in a bouncy house. Zero chance, moon bound, gonna hold me down. That whole boat is on my shoulder, still got up off the ground. Oh, bounce to the house, oh, bounce to the house, oh, bounce to the house. Knock me down once, watch the night bounce out. Thought that we were finished, better look around. Lost it on moon bound, brought it back on KRON now. I was once far gone and lost, now I'm grown and found. Had to wait on my past on my back, still I rose up off the ground. By the grace of God's living word, spoken bold, profound. A new freedom grows inside my soul and controls me now. I'm open now to a whole new world, so beautiful. Wow, had I only known the truth back then, I'd have been holding it down. But God showing me now, clear and loud, and I'm hearing him now. Clouds clearing out, crowd cheering so loud. Ain't no fear over here, another gear's been found. Yeah, y'all know Cast night, I'ma bounce to the house. Bounce back like a kiddo in a bouncy house. Zero chance, moon bound, gonna hold me down. That whole boat is on my shoulder, still got up off the ground. Oh, bounce to the house, oh, bounce to the house, oh, bounce to the house. Knock me down once, watch the night bounce out. Thought that we were finished, better look around. Lost it on moon bound, brought it back on KRON now. They thought moonbound meant the night was going down. Nah, you kill a launch pad, you don't kill what we found. Had to regroup, rebuild, put my feet back on the ground and KRON. Open the gate, now we're making another round. Same night, same mission, different battleground. Guardians of the DAG, watch the whole crew gather round. We were bound for the moon before moonbound came around. So we don't need moonbound to be moonbound now. Yeah, moonbound.
Yeah.
Zero chance anything gonna hold me down. Been through hell and back, look I'm standing now. From myself to no freedom, from lost to found. From moonbound to KRON, still moonbound. Cast night, got more bounce to the house. Bouncing back like a kiddo in a bouncy house.
We're using covenants. Yeah, brother, we're using covenants, man. We're doing the damn best we can, right? Man, I'm a newbie, right? Any mistakes are certainly mine, right? Welcome into the Cast Night channel, man. We got some exciting things to talk about, y'all. Dude, I'm so freaking excited, dude. How amazing is it to be a Caspian in 2026, right? Let's make sure, I need to make sure we're still recording, dude. This is an important day. All right, it's the start of a freaking beautiful weekend. Got some beautiful collaborations going. Shout out to the homie, this guy right here, right? I said, hey man, is it cool if I shout you out publicly? So yeah, man. Thanks for everything, man. Thanks for the help, my brother. And keep it coming, and I'm gonna keep coming, bro. Call me up anytime you need help. Watch, I'm gonna pull through. Thank you, my brother. And all glory to God as well, man. I appreciate every little blessing I get, right? I really appreciate when the community comes through, right? But let's see. I gotta keep it structured. Let's keep it structured. I'm definitely gonna come back to the homeboy though. Tap the tip. When I say the homeboy, I'm talking about tap the tip, right? Especially on this video, right? Right. Okay. So let's go Bitcoin first, man. You got to do Bitcoin first. Okay. So I mean, we're making moves, right? We're making moves on Bitcoin. I try to set the stage as good as I can, so we can get through this. So we can get through this charting stuff. All right. Hold on. I got some notes here, man. I trying to make these things more. So I ramble less. I got ADHD, so I got some feedback from a guy, and I'm gonna take all y'all feedback. Let's see if I can make this better for you guys, okay? But anyway, so this is Bitcoin versus the dollar, right? This is the weekly chart. Right, I'm not gonna zoom down into. I might check out some lower ends, but we want to see the big picture, right? What's going on, right? So this is the big picture, right? We were up. This is the top of the bull run up here, right? That was the top of the bull run, and then and then we lost this. You know, we broke out of this symmetrical triangle. We broke down, right? Instead of up, right? We're in an uptrend. We were flagging out, right? All right, we had a bull flag, bing, 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 and then that broke up, and then we had a bull pennant, and that broke up, and then we got caught in this symmetrical triangle. And they took one more shot at the title right up here, and that what the bull run topped out about 126,885. I don't know. Don't kill me if I'm a couple dollars off, but that's about what happened, right? So now, then what, right? So we went down, right? So we lost the symmetrical triangle structure, and that made capitulation, right? We went down here to this moving average right here, and then we flagged out bear flag, right? Ding, 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 ding. Rejection finally underneath the 21 and the 50 exponential moving averages, and then capitulation. Boom, right? Until we found the bottom. We wicked all the way past underneath the 200 exponential moving average, and then held above it. But then, we eventually lost it for a couple weeks, right? And then back above it, and then back below it, and then back above it, right? And then we made this bear flag. It was very dramatic, right? And then we were like, oh my God, we're going to bull bear market fake out. We're really going back into the bull market. And then, nah, 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 nah. Way more volume on these red candles. And then here we go, right? Back down, bear flag played out. It wasn't as bad as this one, though, right? This one, so it started to lose some momentum. We're like, all right, that was way more bears right there than there are right here. So that's good. Maybe to slow down. And it looks like maybe it is, right? This could have been the bottom, right? Everybody was screaming, oh no, that can't be the bottom. Well, maybe it was, man, right? So look at this candle. So I thought something very interesting I found about this candle right here. I'm gonna share with you guys right here. That's why I drew this box right here. That box isn't just there for no reason. I drew it there because that box is exactly correlated to the size of this candle when I drew it, right? Exactly from the bottom to the top. I'll show you, right? If I if I grab it and I pull it, you'll see from the wick, from the top of that wick, right, to the bottom of that candle. That's not about, that is pretty accurate, the size of that candle. Well, how big is that? Like, I don't know. You're just drawing lines on a chart. Cast night. What the hell does that freaking mean, right? All right, that's fair. So I like to do this for people who don't look at charts all freaking day. I'm trying to teach the guys who I'm trying to teach my grandma, my cousins, and my brothers about crypto. Every time I see them like crypto, crypto, crypto. I already know. Yeah, we'll be talking about family gatherings, and all of a sudden that turns into crypto. Somebody died. Oh wow, yeah, that translates to crypto, crypto. I'm sorry, I don't mean to beat the horse to death, man, but so I'm trying to put the stuff where people understand it, right? So that's my point, right? But this is like a 30% candle right here, dude. Are you kidding me? 27.4%. All right. That's 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 a big ass candle. Forgive my language. I'm trying to clean that up too, right? That's a pretty big candle, man. For Bitcoin, this is a weekly chart, right? So it's significant. So let's check it out. How significant is that, right? You don't got to take my word for it. Let's look. Let's check out the historical. Let's check out the historical references, right? There's plenty of big green candles to compare it to, right? All right, so we're all gonna agree. We're all in agreement that this freaking thing right here is the same size as this candle, right? I just showed you. So there's no arguments. That's one green candle right here for me right now on the freaking Bitcoin Weekly. Incredibly, right? Just totally changed the whole game. 78,000 from what? From fucking from effing 62,000. That didn't count. That was only half an F bomb. Dang it, man! I wish I didn't do that so much. But anyway, no matter how I zoom in and out, that's still the same size as this, right? This is still the same size as this. So that means if any candles is smaller than this, that means that I show this to, then it's smaller than this too, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I believe this to be the biggest weekly candle since like 2022 at least, maybe even well, no, probably not ever. But definitely for the whole bull run. This whole bull run that just happened, it never had a candle that big close. So this weekly close matters, man. If we get a weekly close above 83,000, dude, 83,000 is the number I want, and I'll show you reasons why. But really, if we close above this moving average right here, dude, then the bull runs back on. I don't care. I'll say it. I'll say it publicly and look like a jackass, and then or whatever. You know what I mean? If I'm wrong, I don't care. But if we close a weekly candle above 83, then that breaks the downtrend, right? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If this closes, this freaking candle closes up here, that's not a lower high anymore. It's a higher high. And then if it would close, and then if the pullback didn't go further than this, it would be a higher low. You know, here we go, uptrend, ding, 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 ding. That's how it starts, right? And look, hey, so this could be the start of the most spectacular fake out that you ever seen in your life. Or no, probably not. October 10th was pretty rough, man. Well, that wasn't a fake out though. But anyway, I'm not saying this is fake, right? They'll be like, Cast, come on, dude. Don't be a bear, dude. We got a giant candle. You just said it's the biggest one in the history of the freaking whatever. All right. You know, I'm not going to be a bear, bro, because I'm actually pretty bullish right now. But I just want you to be aware of everything. But let's have the fun part. Let's have the fun part that I discovered, right? Let's see, during this whole bull and bear ride, has there ever been a green candle this big, right? I say no. Let's see. If they fit inside here, obviously they're smaller, right? Look, this one fits all the green candles in it, bro, from this whole uptrend right here. All of these too, for that whole move. All of these, look. Like whole moves are fitting inside this one candle, buddy. This is two of them, right? So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 of these candles will be 2 of these. This is the top. This is the last run in the bull market right here, dude. Is that bananas or what? Right? Think about that. Trying to brand cast, but how it coming is like, nah, 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 nah. How cool is that? But anyway, uh, dude, this was the top of the bull market right here, bro. Right? 126,000, dude. That was it. We'll run over after that. This is all bear market down here, dude. Until this freaking giant Godzilla candle right here. All right? I'm gonna keep proving it, right? We're not done. I'll prove it. I'll prove the whole bull market, right? We'll do the whole freaking thing, dude. You tell me if I'm not tripping, dude. If this is not the biggest candle, freaking monstrous. Look, there's multiple candles fit inside this, no matter where you put it on this chart, bro. It's one candle. Look, I showed you that. It ain't gonna change no matter you zoom in and out. I swear. I didn't know that at first. That's why I keep saying that. I know people are like, "Well, you don't gotta talk to us like we're dummies, Cast Night. We're technical analysts too." I'm not doing that. I'm just showing people my grandma doesn't know none of this crap, dude. So, but she can see a box fits inside, one of these white candles fits inside this green box. And she'd be like, oh, yeah, I give her context. So, when I'm showing her the white candle over there is way bigger than all this crap. And this was the super bull market everybody was excited about after the, ETFs and shit and stuff. Stuff. Don't cuss, man. Try to be a better person, dude. I did 21 years in prison, so forgive me. I'm a good guy now.
He curses at church too.
No, I don't say that. Dang it. She's telling my secrets. That's not a good secret. All right, look, man, I'm a good person. I'm working. He's still working on me, dude. All right. I'm not perfect. Only Jesus is perfect. All right. All right. Anyway, this candle right here was pretty close. This candle was pretty close right here, man. But still, pretty close. Don't cut it, right? It's still nothing beats it in this whole bull market so far. Oh man. Dang it, man. Well, anyway, dude. Look, dude, there's the rest of them. None of them were freaking anywhere near this. Let's cut it in half. We'll even cut it smaller. We'll say, oh, okay, that's about how big it was. No, it wasn't. It was bigger than that. But look, all of these candles fit in there. There's the bottom of the bear market. There's the biggity bottom right there, right? This part right here. That's it. That's the lowest part of the bear market, right? Then it's coming out of that's it, right? And then this is the start of the bull. Then that's the whole bull market right now. This is 2022. So far, all the way to 2022, there hasn't been a green candle that big. I mean, how far do you want to go back? Is this like ever? I don't know. Let's check. Do any candles exceed this size? Maybe this one. That one might. and that one. That one. Okay, so there's like two. So the 2021 bull run had like two or three of them. At the very big first run up right here, right? But dude, that was in 2021. So we gotta go all the way back to 2021 to find one of these candles right here, man. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm not a bear. Don't get it twisted. I'm bullish. I'm super bullish, right? But I gotta throw you to. I'm gonna hit you with the butt. Cast Knight will hit you with the flashlight signal, man. Right? I gotta do it. Right? I gotta keep you grounded, man. This God candle could be a God wick. It'd close under this red line, and that would be bad. So how much time do we have before that nonsense could play out, right? Well, 1 day and 20 hours, buddy. So Sunday, tomorrow night at 5, right? No, 2 days from today at 5 p.m. So a little less than 20, little less than 2 days away. Arizona time. This motherfucker's gonna close, right? You want it to at least close above this, which is what? 68, 69,000 ish, right? It's still super bullish that it even closes down there. It don't have to close at 78. It can lose $10,000 and still be super macro bullish, dude. Because that's closing a weekly candle above the 200 moving average, dude, which we haven't done since freaking when? May 25th, 2026. So that's pretty significant. And it would do it in one candle with volume, right? With the most volume that we've seen since when? Since March. So, dude, this is a big deal right here. This is a big mammer jammer right here. Let's see if it closes that way, right? If see that little teeny weeny wick, we don't want that to grow into a wick that's all the way down to this line, dude. If that happens, then I say, if I had money, I don't have money. I spend all my money on Kaspa, right? But if I felt like swing trading, I have money. Part of me would be like, dude, I could be. It would be the most hated call in the history of the freaking space, probably. But what if you put in a short right now at the at the freaking this purple line right here, dude? This purple line, na 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 na. Right? You say, well, I think that wick, that's it. That's it. It's done data. Freaking 10x leverage. And then when I get a 10% move, I'm out. I double my money, right? What's the 10% move? I had to do this just so I could brag if it happens, dude. What's a 10% move? Okay, hold on a second. What we have to do, we'll make it a little bit longer, so in case I mess anything up. It's right about 68,000. So literally, bro, you could short it from here to here, and you're not saying you're bearish. You're just saying this is probably not going to sustain, right? That's bananas. There's no way that's going to close like that, right? It could. And if it does, holy free holies, dude, it's freaking on and cracking, especially if it puts another one next. Then all the bears are wrecked, dude. Super wrecked, dude. You know, we should pull that up. Let's pull up the high time frame liquidity stuff. Let's see who gets wrecked. That's like high time frame liquidity pockets. That tells you. Look at the RSI and stuff. The MACD. Everything looks bullish, bro. Look at that. Look, higher lows. We're getting higher lows. And remember when I told you this is a higher low? There's a low and a higher low. When price was freaking doing this, making lower lows, and I was like, that's bullish divergence. Zoom back to some of the videos. I'll show you, man. I've been trying to tell you guys this could happen. That could turn a lagging indicator to a leading indicator. I don't know. I got the receipts on video. And I'm probably and this one will be the most savage. Well, Cast Knight said the short of God candle. Oh my God, what the hell?
Not
What a
spiritual advice.
what a jerk, huh? Freaking Cast Knight. I like that dude. He's got the coolest bunny rabbit cartoon freaking meme coin ever. But that son of a bitch just said a freaking short of God candle, dude. What the heck? We haven't had a candle like this since 2022. He said it himself.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice. I'm not saying short it, dude. I'm talking about $50, dude, with 50x leverage. I would put like 30x leverage probably if I'm being. I'm a DGen though, dude. I'm definitely not telling you to do that. And then I would short it all the way down to the 200 moving average, right? So what would that look like? I was showing from right here, exactly where it is right now, down to the 200 moving average of the 21. Both of those are in the same spot. I'll give myself a little breathing room. We'll call it 69.4. 69.444. That's what I'll probably put on the chart because I'm a maniac like that. And that would be what? How much percent would that be? That would be 11%, right? 30 times, let's say 10%. We'll clip it at 10, right? We won't get greedy. 30 times 10, that's 3x your money. So my $50 will be $150. And I'd say that probably happened, well, this week. I would say in the next 1 hour, 1 day, in 20 hours. If my theory's right, if this turns into a wick and closes right there and holds that, then I win. Or it could turn into a red candle and this whole thing could be a wick and everybody will hate me. But I could hold it and like make a whole bazillion dollars, right? But and this could be like the freaking wick right before the giant red candle. What it was like F you cast night. But okay, that's the bearish case. All right, you know what? Moving on. F that, dude. We're not. This isn't the TA channel. We got to talk about Vanilla Gorilla and stuff still. All right, but I'm kidding, dude. I think we're going. I think it's bullish as heck, dude. I think we're gonna blast. I think we're gonna print three more, two more of these candles at least. They caught three white soldiers in technical analysis, so that means you can expect two more of these right about the Saints. Probably one half this size, and then another one that'll match or be bigger than this to top it off. And then we'll start flagging out, and we'll decide whether or not we're going to continue or go sideways or whatever after that. Nah. Covenants. I like my little. You guys like my little arrows? Tell me if you like the optics, man. I'm trying to rep. I'm trying to represent. All right. What else? What are we going to talk about next? Okay, we got to look at Ethereum, right? Ethereum's why? Why you gotta look at Ethereum? We're like, that's our competitor. Nah, dude, you gotta look at Ethereum, bro. There's way more. They got a bigger ecosystem right now. We're catching up quick, but you know. But anyway, look, dude. We want Ethereum to break out because that means all the investors would be willing to put money into other stuff, like Kaspa and then all the stuff built on Kaspa, right? So let's be real. We want this to work out. Look at this candle, dude. That is freaking awesome, right? So look, we were in a downtrend, right? Low, high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher freaking high, dude. If this closes right here, buddy, that's a trend reversal. And we broke this thing right here. That's a real line, right? This has been respected mostly in the middle part, but trust me, dude. My TA is solid right here, man. I've messed with this chart for so long. But anyway, volume, dude, exceeding the orange line, right? That's all you need to know, dude. This is Ethereum versus the dollar. You're like, okay, whoop-de-doo-dah. What's it doing versus Bitcoin? I'll tell you what it's doing versus Bitcoin. Pretty dang freaking snazzy, right? In fact, it just broke out versus Bitcoin. You're like, well, how significant is that, Cast Knight? How often does that happen? Well, let's find out, right? You gotta take my freaking word for nothing, dude. I'm gonna show you everything I talk about. I'm gonna try. I'm not. I'm not saying I'm the best technical analyst ever, right? You know, I would never say that. Somebody else might say that, but I would never say that. No, just kidding. But look, dude, we've been in this downtrend. This thing right here goes all the way up here, bro. I could draw this line. In fact, you know what? Let's do it. I'm the chartist. I drew that line. I can extend the line, right? Is that a word, chartist? Does it really go all the way up there? Look. Yes. Okay. So if it does, now if it follows that trend line. Okay, so now, okay, I'm not gonna mess it all up and start adding extra shit. But so we're definitely under this line for a long time, dude. So how long? Okay, so we'll say this candle right here was August. August what? August. August of last year. I'm like, wait, it's August right now. August 2025. So for a whole year, it's been under this trend line, and it just broke out. It just broke above it. So that's pretty significant in my eyes. I think it's pretty significant. I mean, heck yeah, it is, right? You're like, yeah, if that freaking line's it really means something. It's not just some crap you drew on a chart. And I'll give you that, right? I'll give you that, right? You got to trust that I know at least a little bit of what the heck I'm talking about, right? But we'll see. I told you guys, I told you guys covenants was going to change the freaking world in Kaspa, and I started covering the ecosystem before anybody else. I'm just saying, I don't like this wick, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that big old giant wick happening. I got a rule of thumb. Actually, no, I don't like that. Somebody told me what that saying came from the other day, and I don't really like that saying. My bad. Hope that didn't offend nobody. But anyway, this wick right here. Okay, anytime I see a big giant candle, if the wick ends up being more than 50% of the candle, ooh, in my experience, that's not a good sign. It's not automatically mean it's going to reverse, but in my experience, 50% retracement turns into 100% retracement a lot of times, man. So let's hope that doesn't happen. That's the bearish part, right? So the bullish part is obviously it broke the f out, right? It broke structure after a whole year, and even if this turns into a red candle, dude, if it holds all the way down to here, right? This could go, ETH BTC could go all the way down to here, and it would just be a retest of structure. So no, nothing wrong. Nothing bad's happening. It's all clapping for the Bulls right now. The Bulls are celebrating, dude, right now, dude. And they should be. Yeah, they're bouncing around like a bouncy house. I'll show that later. You guys like the bouncy house song? All right, so okay, moving on. Okay, we gotta get past this market stuff. I'm excited, dude. You guys gotta be excited too. I know you guys are freaking excited. Degenerates out there putting in swing trades right now. I normally would be, dude, but I'm too busy building Nilla Gorilla and stuff right now. All right, so let's. Okay, is this Kaspa right here? No. What the heck? Why are we looking at Kaspa? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna do real quick. This is okay. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. What's Solana doing? It broke $100, right? Okay, so Solana broke $100. So that's probably not going to go under 100. If it stays bullish, you won't see another $100 Solana till next year sometime, probably. Right? So, not financial advice, right? So, Sal, I promise you this: when this mother sucker gets above these moving averages, bye bye, see ya. Uh, I remember I told you guys when it was under 200, you better get it. It's at 249 and climbing right now, and this thing don't just move slow, right? When this thing starts getting volume, it starts breaking structure and stuff. Bro, this is what it did in a kind of a bull market. This thing has Bitcoin like tokenomics. There's only 21 million Tau, and there's only like 10 million of them circulating. Don't quote me on that. I mean, hit me. Yeah, quote me. Hit me in the comments and roast me if I'm wrong, but it's something like that, right? It's not the exact same type, right? It's not like I don't know if it's UTXO. I don't know. You have to check that out. But I know it's got awesome tokenomics, and that's why I'm in on it, right? And I believe their AI stuff's legit and a whole bunch of reasons. So that's why I track it. So and it moves, dude. When Bitcoin moves 10%, this thing moves 100% straight up in a bullish environment. It's bananas, dude. If you swing trade this thing, you're rich, dude. Not financial advice, dude, but you can put like 5x leverage, swing trade like one bull flag, and freaking man, good times, right? Good times, right? It's fun stuff, right? I only do it with little amounts of money. I do a little amounts of money and high amounts of leverage just for funsies, right? I make my money from investing and holding good assets like Kaspa, dude. It don't take a rocket science to buy Kaspa at 2.5 cents. I can tell you that. All right. So let's look at Kaspa, right? Let's look at the king of cryptos, baby. Kaspa, king, right? Kaspa is king, man. It is, man, too, man. Kaspa's the freaking king, man. And it's about to prove it. 2026 is our year, man. Covenants, dude. All right, so what is this, right? This is a huge Kaspa candle, right? And we're trying to break the 21 exponential movement right now. How huge? 27.8%. We're outperforming Bitcoin. Hell yeah. uh, so look, dude, that's with volume, man. Significant volume. Seeing the moving average. You're like, well, this volume bar is not as big as this volume bar, right? Or this one. Yeah, but this volume bar, the moving average was up here. That matters. I ain't gonna get into all the technical stuff, but trust me, it matters. So, yeah, that means more participants in the market. Well, how do you know there's more participants in the market? Well, because I just told you that, and then there's more participants in stuff like Kaspa, though, right? There's more participants in the market. Usually, when there's participants in crypto, almost all of it goes to Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin dominance tells you that. Bitcoin dominance measures how much money of all of the money in crypto is in just Bitcoin. Well, I'll tell you exactly how much is in there right now. Exactly. 59.23% and falling, right? And falling. Bitcoin dominance is falling, rejecting out from underneath the 100 exponential moving average and the 50 exponential moving average and the 200 exponential moving average. And this, it could totally flip this giant green candle into a red candle, right? And close underneath the 100 exponential, whatever. All these are all big moving averages. Sorry if I misquote one of them. But the 250 and the 100 moving averages, this is the 200 exponential for sure. The Grimson one. That's the line in the sand, right? If it loses that, bro, everything's going to the moon. Is that why? Because that means people are taking their money out of of the 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 first crypto, right? Bitcoin, and putting it into other stuff like Kaspa, right? This is going down, right? Let's zoom out, right? Or zoom in, right? So that's these green candles, right? Or red candles. I'll just call them blue candles, right? But the blue candles are equivalent to red candles, and the white candles are equivalent to green candles, right? But look, being, this thing's falling with volume, with massive volume. The volume is growing, right? So people are increasingly taking their money out of Bitcoin and putting it into other assets in the digital asset space. That's what Bitcoin dominance falling means. That's exactly what it means. That's exactly what it measures. Quote me on that. Fact check it. Put it in the chat GPT. So that's amazing, right? What are they putting it in? Well, some of them are putting it in the Kaspa. Look, boom, breakout. Kaspa's breaking out. Ethereum's breaking out, right? Bitcoin's breaking out. Oh, this is not breaking out, right? This is falling. Whoa, what's that? That must be a shit coin, right? That's the dollar. It's stable coins. They're also taking money out of stable coins and putting it in other stuff in the digital asset state. This is stable coin dominance, right? Oh, yeah, dude. So look at that. And the volume is increasing. So that means this is happening more and more. This is increasing, right? They're just getting started. They're like, yeah, let's take some money out of stablecoins and put it in some Ethereum, some Solana, and some Bitcoin, and some Tau, and some Kaspa. What else do you want to put it in, guys? That's called alt season, dude. If that starts happening on a grand scale, that, my brother, is alt season. How do you know when alt season starts? Stablecoin dominance falls, Bitcoin dominance falls, Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin. Ethereum versus BTC in an uptrend, putting God candles and stuff above all moving averages. Something like that, right? What about Solana versus Bitcoin? Holy crap, Solana's outperforming Bitcoin with volume, right? On the 4-hour chart. What about the other charts? Let's see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Oh, shoot. It's breaking out on the daily, higher lows on the daily chart. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Freaking another higher high. That is an uptrend on the daily chart on Solana, right? Now, I will caution that there was more volume on this red candle right here than there is on this current green candle, but this ain't done, right? The truth of the matter is this, man. If you would have been just saying, I don't give a damn, look, this thing came out and broke out. Look, this thing broke above these moving averages that were flattened out and came and, retested them as support in this teal line. What does Cas Knight always say? When it tests this teal line, it even gave you 2 chances at it because it rejected out from the 200 moving average to make you even more bearish. Like, the 200 moving average kicked our butt short, man. But if you were a bull, you're like, look, it went below everything, and then it started turning into a wick, and then more and more of a wick. And then if you were like, man, if it makes it all the way back up to this teal line, Cas Knight says open along, and then look, what would have happened? Not financial advice, but you might have made some money right there, right? You might have made some money right there. I'm just saying, like 10x leverage, right? 10x leverage on a 9% move. That's a 90% move. That's a double your money. Oh shoot, I gotta plug in my computer. Sorry. Sorry, I can't have this thing die on me.
Well,
Yes. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm good now. I can't have it die on me right now. Holy crap. All right, is it still recording? Please say it's still recording. Testing, testing. Okay. Yeah, this is an important video, dude. I was gonna have to. I'll put two videos out at the same time. Man, dude. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's get past this. I'm rambling, dude. Right, but I'm rambling about incredible stuff. This is all incredible stuff, right? But anyway, you could have doubled your money on that move, you know, allegedly. All right, Tensor Tiles breaking out, right? Renders breaking out. This is the lowest cap I'll show you right now, but that's this thing rents out GPUs for training AI and building video games and stuff. This thing ain't going nowhere, and it's a low cap, and it's on like every freaking exchange, like Coinbase and everything, dude. So you know. So all right, is that enough of the charts? Well, I'll show you one low cap. I'll show you one micro cap. The one I like is called Mega ETH. That's the one I'll show you, right? And that one's breaking out too. What is a Mega ETH? It's a new layer 2 on Ethereum. I know. Ethereum's got for 2,000 layer 2s. It's a layer 2,000, right? But it's 2,000 times faster than the other layer 2,000s, right? So right now, this is, I think, the best layer 2, including all the ones that have been around forever. So that's a big statement, right? Check it out. Besides base, I actually like base a little better, I guess, but this one's cool, dude. Check it out. It's got an ecosystem. They didn't even launch their token until they had 50 uh active projects on their ecosystem, and like I don't know, however many freaking bazillion dollars freaking locked in freaking TVL, total value locked. That's good. That's good business, basically, dude. That's for the novices that are watching Cast Night. But like, tell us, tell us like we're three Cast Night. Don't worry, I got you, man. Some of my buddies are for prison that barely set up emails, right? I'm gonna teach you how to freaking read crypto charts, my brother. Let's freaking elevate and grow together, right? And anybody who else who wants to learn, your grandma, your mom, anybody. Not everybody knows about crypto, so I'll teach you how to do this stuff. Volume means participants in the market, right? If it's above this orange line, there's enough participants to sustain big moves and crash through stuff like moving averages and break trends and things like that, right? Keep that in mind, right? Mega ETH, brand new project. Don't put more money than you can afford to lose in it, right? Straight up. Same thing with Cast Night. Cast Night's a new project, but it's fair lunch. It's got better tokenomics than Mega ETH. I'm just saying it does. 21 million tokens, fair launch on Kaspa, dude. I mean, it don't get no better than that. I bought my own tokens. I got 5% supply, 1,050,000 tokens. Anyway, all right, moving on. All right, that's enough of the chart. You guys can do your own research on all that. Where are we at with Nilla Gorilla? Well, let's look. Right, this is the exciting part for me, man. All right, let me put my notes up here so you can see. All right, so look, the technical stuff, right? So, are we really shipping? Are we really using Covenant technology? Are we really building uh, an extraction layer that'll help your grandma buy crypto, but without holding grandma's money and without you having to trust me with your grandma's money or crypto, right? You don't want to trust Vanilla Gorilla's just a good guy. Trust me, bro. I'll help your grandma buy your new token, and I won't steal none of it. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't, but you shouldn't have to trust me, right? F that. We got covenants. You don't have to trust me. And I don't want to control nobody's money. Not your grandma's, not my grandma's, not my friends, and not your friends, and not nobody's, right? But we want financial sovereignty. We want freedom. All right. So anyway, what works so far? So far we've been building, right? Tell ChatGPT, what should we put in to replit to build this thing, right? He says, I'll put in this code, copy paste it, bing bong, it builds it, and freaking does something. It says, oh, this broke, this didn't work, this worked, da da da, and I paste that back into ChatGPT. We have a human and robot conversation and discuss what the next prompt put into replit is, copy, paste, and cycle like that, right? That's how I was building it first. I'm just like you. I'm a dude who sat on the couch and watched too many YouTube videos and said, I could do that. What can I do in crypto? What could be my great contribution, right? I could do a meme coin and I could talk about it on YouTube and I could freaking, that's how it started, right? And then I launched Cast Night on Moonbound, and the Moonbound went down. And I was like, dang, man, I had a whole bunch of people I had plenty of people to buy Cast Out to where I could have got past the bonding curve if it wasn't so freaking hard for them to do it. So then I focused on that instead of launching the new meme coin. I launched the new meme coin, but that was secondary at that point. I wanted to enter Nilla Gorilla, right? I want my grandma in my cousins and my friends who don't give a crap about, who don't want to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube to buy my crypto. They just want to put $100 out of their paycheck to support the cause. And they believe in me. They know when I'm this serious about something, man. I can say this about cousin, man. Yeah, he did some effed up stuff and he ended up in prison and he did drugs in his life. He did all kind of effed up stuff, right? But he's walking with God today and he's a super smart guy. He was the smartest criminal you ever met. Now I'm the smartest meme coin guy they ever met, right? They don't know that many meme coin guys, but you know what I mean? The point is, dude, is I paid my dues and now I want to give back, right? How can I give back? I got my freedom. I want to give more freedoms to other people. Freedom of your own money is the best way to do it, right? Put your money where your mouth is, right? If you want to help somebody, help their pockets. You want to, help me fill up my gas tank if you really want to help me, brother, right? Help me pay my rent. Like, it's real talk, right? This is rough times in the economy, right? I'll cover that on the School of Truth, right? I'm going to do a whole nother episode on that. We're talking about economics and stuff like that, too. But right now, we're building Nilla Gorilla to help your grandma buy crypto and to help my friends buy crypto so I don't get stuck behind some bonding curve. And if some launch pad that I launch on, God bless them, all right? I'm not bashing them. But, they could go under and I could still already be listed on the deck. So who cares if the launch pad goes under, right? The good thing is we're on KRON and they ain't going nowhere, dude. They're freaking solid, dude. Right? So we're already partners with them on this Nilla thing, right? They sent us all the stuff. They said, "Yo, we're gonna partner up. We believe in what you're doing, and look, here's some stuff to help you onboard." Right. So that's what we're trying to do right now. We're putting in these prompts right here, and we're saying, "Hey, how do we get Nilla to perform a transaction without custodying your crypto, set the stage, and then bring it back to you on a platter and be like, hey, it's going to cost you this much money. I'm going to use this DEX, this exchange, this on ramp, whatever. I'm going to use this wallet. It's going to cost you this much in fees, and you got to pay Nilla Gorilla 77 cents or something." That sounds like a cool number, right? And that's it. And it adds up to, I want to buy $100 of crypto. That comes out to $102.77, right? Whatever, dude. And then, okay, that sounds good to me. Being done, right? And I already set the stage. It happens on your wallet. So, I don't have to do that. All you have to trust me. All you have to do is pay me 77 cents to set the stage, right? That's basically what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to do here, right? That way, when the next person that launches the next Nilla Gorilla, the next Cast Night token, their family can buy it if they have a hundred. So, say I'm an NBA player and I want to launch an NBA freaking token, right? Everybody who loves NBA and my team can buy my token. They can just go on Nilla and be like, "Hey, go buy Shaq's new freaking token," right? Well, it's on some little centralized exchange that you can't even get on in America unless you use a freaking unless you use a VPN, and then you gotta freaking download this wallet that I don't know how to use and write down 24 words and make sure you don't lose them or you lose all your money, and then you gotta use that 14 steps, right? I counted them, 14 steps. Trust me. 14 steps that any one or two of them that one person's gonna be like, what, teach me later, but they're never gonna come back and they don't want to learn. They just want to give you $50 and say, give me some crypto, right? So enter Nilla Gorilla. That's the point. So what we're doing what do we have done right now? What works right now? All right, we're pulling real KRON mainnet data. Nilla can create real KCC20 unsigned PSKT, right? If the tech guys know what I'm talking about. We identified the wallet funding inputs. We're doing pre-signed covenant safety checks. Transaction construction is not the only bottleneck anymore, dude. Nilla can build the damn spaceship. KasWare basically said, I don't know who the F is driving. So that's the problem we're running into right now. That's literally what we're troubleshooting right now. But the bridge didn't collapse, man. Right? We gotta pick some pothole or two, dude. Right? Because the failure is the signing session layer. It's a current error KasWare signed PSKT 32603, no current account, something like that, right? That's important because we're not failing to understand KRON anymore. We're failing when we ask the external wallet to sign, right? Vanilla Gorilla part's working great. Now tap the tip, the homie, right? Tap the tip. Let's shout him out. This guy right here, this amazing guy right here sent me all this stuff right here to help me out. I told him this is the problems I'm having. He's like, yeah, KasWare, we had the same problem. We have our own wallet, with our own code. And you can use some of it to try to make your KasWare problem, better, right? And, a community member. And I was like, what? You're freaking awesome. Let's try it. So, dude, tap the tip. You're amazing, man. All right. So he gave me permission to shout him out. So I'm gonna shout him out. So, this dude started reposting my stuff. And that's how it started. He's like, man, Cast Night educational channel. I like what this dude's talking about. So we just started reposting Cast Night stuff. He's like, let's give this dude some exposure, right? And I was like, man, that's freaking awesome. Like, he's one of the very first people to ever repost videos of mine, technical analysis videos, comics, whatever, man, educational stuff. He was posting, dude. This dude's an educator as well. Well, he was very humble, man. He's like, yeah, I know little things, man. I got some AI, my own little chat GPT type of stuff. If you want to use that at chat GPT, don't because he knows I'm paying for, I download, I run out of downloads because I send so many pictures. Like, oh yeah, you gotta wait 24 hours before you can send more pictures to do more building. Right? Because I take a picture, send it to ChatGPT, talk about it. What do you think? What do you see? Okay, that's awesome. So wait, what does that mean? What does this mean? So I can understand and wrap my head around it, right? And that's how I'm learning. And I'm learning publicly. I'm putting this stuff on TV, right? Look, not TV, on here. Look, this is what I'm doing. The prompts I'm putting in. Look. Right? This is what's happening right here, dude. I'm building this on replay, dude. This is a text prompt. Put the text prompts in. Where do I get the text prompts from? ChatGPT, like I said, dude. I'm serious, right? You gotta know some stuff, dude. You gotta read stuff. You gotta pay attention. You gotta read, study, and understand. Charts, and you don't have to understand charts to do this, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm not, anybody can do it. Anybody who's committed. That's all I'm saying, right? See, look, this is all the front end stuff. Like this is all I'm trying to do transactions and stuff, dude. And once I get the first transaction done, that's MVP one, minimum viable product. That means I proved we can pull it off, right? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm proving we can pull it off. And we're gonna do it too, man. We're gonna freaking do it. I'm determined, man. And I'm doing it for the cause, man. I'm doing it to help people. Right? It's not just meme coins. People launch an AI product. Say you go to Harvard and you launch an AI freaking product, right? You've been waiting for Kaspa to come out with covenants because I don't want to build on Ethereum. I want to build on Kaspa because Kaspa's the best, dude. F that. I'll wait. 2026. All right. Let's build my AI project. You build it. It's amazing, right? Your people from your college, your alma mater, they're like, I want to support you. I got 500 people from wearing the same Letterman jacket as me. Each one of them's got $500, dude. That'll get us way past the bonding curve. All right. Here's your Rubik's Cube. Solve that mother sucker and then you can swipe your credit card. 2 months later, that Rubik's Cube is still ain't solved. They're like, F that, dude. I don't know how to solve Rubik's Cubes. Right? Okay, it's all right. Just take your Rubik's Cube and put it into Vanilla Gorilla. It'll bring it back to you fixed with your crypto. Problem solved. That's what we're doing. Nilla Gorilla solves the freaking crypto Rubik's Cube that nobody wants to solve. Is that a good little thing? Let's give some graphics. I got some cool graphics. Look at this. Look at this graphic I made for the homie. Oh, I want to shout you out, dude. Freaking awesome. This dude's been so help, man. Tap the tip. It's got a super app and all kinds of stuff. He says, as soon as you're done, Cast Night with the Nilla Gorilla, we're gonna list you on the super app. Oh man, what a blessing, right? What a freaking awesome dude, right? He started reposting my comments, and then we started talking. And he tells me, "Man, I really like what you're building, Cast Night." And he basically said, "Why don't?" And I said, "Well, why don't you effing help me then?" And he's like, "Okay, heck yeah, Caspian, I'm gonna help you." Right? Then he started sending me code. Right? He was working KCC 20 wallet implementation. He showed us a working external KasWare signing path. Now we're comparing his implementation against Nilla's line for line, dude. That's community development, man. Real community happening in real time, dude. He's a community contributor, dude. Fellow Kaspa builder helping us solve a real problem. That's so amazing to me, dude. I love this community. I'm so very grateful, man, to God and to this Caspa community. I can't say thank you enough, man. I feel so very blessed, man. If the meme coin never makes it, who cares, man? Let's make Nilla Gorilla make this stuff easier for people, right? I mean, I want you to get the meme coin. Eh? Let's send Cast Night to the moon. It's fair launch, dude. I know I ain't rugged nobody. I'll sell some tokens here and there, but I'm not just gonna be like sell my whole 5%, dude. You know, you know, I don't care. Don't buy it, whatever. Let's build Nilla, dude. Nilla is awesome, dude. Isn't it? And look at him, dude. Like, if you download an app that's got this freaking awesome, handsome guy right here, right? You're gonna be like, this thing, whoever built this must be like the coolest crypto dude in the whole freaking world. I'm just joking, man. I'm in such a good mood, guys. I'm over the moon. I can't believe this guy tapped a tip, like, came through like that. This dude gave me he helped me through a real big problem, dude. Nobody, people don't help people like that nowadays. Kaspa people do, but not everybody does, man. And I'm very grateful for that. All right. So, anyway, uh, so what what are we comparing right now? Well, we're working with tap to tip implementation versus vanilla. He's got his own wallet that he says might connect better than KasWare, right? Right? Does it get accounts before every sign PSKT? Right? If KasWare returns empty, does it call and request accounts? Does it stop if there's still an active account? Is the KasWare address the same wallet address that the funding bill swap? All these little questions, right? Are sign puts only the user's P2 PK's funding inputs? Uh, there's a whole bunch of questions we're gonna answer, right? And that's what we're doing. He's gonna help me break stuff, right? We're gonna build it rock solid, right? MVP one, and then break it, right? Okay, fix that. MVP two, right? All right, let's break that. All right, seriously, you try to break it. You use little hackers techniques and you try to penetrate anything that's vulnerable until it's impenetrable, right? And that's what we do as a community. He's helping me do that. How freaking awesome is that? Right now, it's helping me just get the first transaction done, but he's willing to help me do all this, man, and I can't be more grateful for that. Anybody else wants to pitch in, dude? This is a fair launch community project. It's pre-bonding curve. You could pay like $100 to get a percentage of the supply right now, dude. At least at the time of recording this, dude. Right? Uh, I own 1,050,000 tokens. There's 20 million total. That's the same tokenomics is Bitcoin, and I own the same allocation as Satoshi Nakamoto does of Bitcoin, dude. I bought mine. Right, Satoshi got his for free. I'm just saying. I'm joking, right? Don't get your panties in a bunch, Bitcoin maxis. Right, but anyway, key architecture point, right? Approval. All right, so key architecture point, right, that we're looking at is approval and the signing and broadcasting remain separate. KasWare controls the user signature, not me. Nilla coordinates the route. That's it. We're not taking custody of people's money. I insist upon that. The Nilla safety philosophy, this is bigger than just getting a button to work. That's why I haven't shipped this yet. I could push it through and hopefully it works. No, dude. If I'm telling you I'm gonna help your grandma buy crypto, your grandma can't come on Nilla and get scammed. F that, right? No way, dude. I'm gonna make it scammer proof. Why? Because it's not gonna have your money on Nilla. Nilla's just looking for what road you're gonna use and what light switch you're gonna flip on and what paper you're gonna write and what pen you're gonna write it down with, dude. But he's not I'm not taking your wallet, your money, your check, your bank account, your crypto, nothing, dude. I'm not touching it, moving it, nothing, dude. I'm setting the stage and then say, okay, there you go. You connect your wallet you hit this button to connect your wallet, and then you hit that button to confirm your transaction, dude. And this is what you would pay, and this is everything up front. This might be an estimate, so this one over here, it could be 1 Kaspa, it could be up to 5 Kaspa, but depending on network freaking congestion or blah blah blah. That's really not that big of a deal on Kaspa. That's an Ethereum thing. Oh man, dude, I freaking love Kaspa, dude. Ethereum, bro. Ethereum's cool, man, but not for much longer, dude. It's kind of like cool, like overalls were cool in the '90s, right? And then now, if you see somebody rocking overalls, you're like, dude, that's not that cool, bro. That's Ethereum. Ethereum is overalls. We should make a pair of overalls, put Ethereum on it, and sell them. Kaspa green ones. All right, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, the Nilla safety philosophy. All right, we are not cutting corners to make the demo work, is what I'm saying. The model stays. You tell Nilla, Nilla discovers, bets, routes, you approve, wallet signs, execute. Done, right? Nilla never need possess the user's funds. That's it. We don't build everything. We connect everything, right? We do not build everything. We connect everything. Let me say that again. We do not build everything. We connect everything. I'm not here building wallets and dexes and freaking launch pads. I'm using wallets and dexes and launch pads, and I'm bringing them business, right? So the next wallet, next exchange I call, answer the phone, dude. I'm not saying help me. I'm saying help me a little bit, but I'm saying help me help you. Help me bring more money and customers to you. Bring more Kaspa people to you to use your exchange, your wallet, your launch pad, and bring more Kaspa adoption to you. And then we help Kaspa, we help each other, we help grandma not have to freaking learn 16 things to buy her grandson's crypto because she loves them that much that she would actually try, right? That's all good people helping good people, right? Nilla should never be used to possess the user's funds, right? That's it. That's all I'm saying. We should be wallet agnostic eventually. KasWare can be one integration. Tap to tip, Tensely teaches us another path. KRON, right? Liquidity execution source. Nilla sits above them as the abstraction, routing, and safety layer. That's it, right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. The Nilla business model, real quick, right? There's no Nilla token. We're building a product. Eventually, a small, clearly disclosed usage fee can be attached to successful routed transactions, right? That's how we'll monetize eventually, right? It'll be free at first. Potential partner revenue share integrations later, right? KasWare decides they want to kick me something for bringing them a bazillion customers every week. Cool, right? But that will be off the books. Right? That will be that ain't right now, dude. I'm not adding none of that crap in right now. I make sure I get paid for everything. Nah, bro. We're Kaspa people. Let's make sure Caspians get taken care of, and then we'll talk about money, bro. Right? One wallet, one route, one real transaction. Prove the corrupt. Prove. Yeah, let's prove all the corrupt motherfuckers. Show expose them too, but prove the concept first. We want to prove our concept works. Right? Because what's the big picture, dude? What's the bigger story here, right? This is actually what the Guardians of the Dag is supposed to represent, y'all. Right? Here, you guys want to see some charts, dude? I'm sorry, I know I'm just ranting here, but this is important. You guys got to hear this type of stuff, right? It's like it's some bouncy house stuff. Tap the tip, bouncy house. There's tap the tip right there with his top hat. This tap the tip top hat. I'm kidding, dude. I'm just messing with you, Tap. But you're awesome, dude. Look. We don't have to know everything, dude. Check. That's what I'm saying. Somebody else already solved part of the puzzle, right? Everybody else built all these freaking amazing. KRON built an amazing launch pad. Zealous Swap built an amazing Dex. KasWare built an amazing wallet. Tap to Tilt built even better wallet so far. From what I've seen so far, I just haven't messed with it enough to stick it on Nilla Gorilla yet, but I probably will. The Kaspa ecosystem doesn't need everybody rebuilding the same damn wheel in isolation, dude. We don't all gotta build our own wallet and Dex and exchange, dude. KRON's the one, dude. I think, dude. It's layer one, dude. Let's keep that one, dude. We got utility projects launched on it, dude. There's a gambling one. Oh man, I'll show you that in a second, dude. I just bought like 1.6% of the supply, dude. It just launched on there. It's like no, it's freaking where you play poker on there, dude. Like regular poker, not like freaking Candyland poker, right? The Caspa ecosystem doesn't need everybody rebuilding the same damn wheel in isolation, though, dude. Straight up, right? We hit a wall, and a builder in the community said, "Hey, I got something that might help you out, Cast Night." What? So instead of pretending I know everything and send that shit over and over, no, we're comparing working code and figuring it out together with ChatGPT and people in our comments who freaking decide they want to pitch in, dude. Right? We're close, man. We're freaking this close, right? We're close. And y'all should be excited. I know I'm excited. And this is amazing. This is amazing. This is freaking amazing. Please tell me we're still recording, right? Hold on, let me see. Are we still recording? Testing, testing. Yes. Sometimes the sound I got like a hotkey on here that'll switch the sound off on accident sometimes, and I'm like, I'll do a whole video and then it'll be well no sound, or like halfway through it I'll accidentally kill the sound or something. But look at Nilla, dude. How awesome is this? Right? So that's it. That's it, man. Let's hit the outro. I'll show you some more chart stuff on the outro. Bounce back like a kid will in a bouncy house. God bless everybody, man. And so look, we are shipping, man. Yes, we are using covenants. We're doing our best, dang it. Anybody wants to chip in? Let's chip in, man. Go get some Cast Night, dude. Why it's still pre-bonding curve, dude. That means the tokens are freaking next to nothing, bro. Like you're paying what I paid, basically. Not financial advice, but man, why not, right? Here's the outro.
Yeah. Y'all know Cash Night got more bounce to the ounce. Bounce back like a kid in the bouncy house. Zero chance, moon bound, gonna hold me down. That whole boat is on my shoulder, still got up off the ground. More bounce to the ounce. More bounce to the ounce. Knock me down once, watch the night bounce out. Thought that we were finished, better look around. Lost it on moon bound. Brought it back on KRON now. I was once far gone and lost. Now I'm grown and found. Yeah, had the weight of my past on my back, still I rose up off the ground. Yeah, by the grace of God's living word, spoken bold, profound. A new freedom grows inside my soul and controls me now. I'm open now to a whole new world, so beautiful. Wow. Had I only known the truth back then, I'd have been holding it down. But God's showing me now, clear and loud, and I'm hearing them now. Clouds clearing out, crowd cheering so loud, ain't no fear over here. Another gear's been found. Y'all know Cash Night got more bounce to the house. Bounce back like a kid in a bouncy house. Zero chance, moon bound, gonna hold me down. That whole boat is on my shoulder, still got up off the ground. More bounce to the house, more bounce. More bounce to the house. Knock me down once, watch the night bounce out. Thought that we were finished, better look around. Lost it on moon bound. Brought it back on KRON now. They thought moon bound meant the night was going down. Nah, you killed a launch pad, you don't kill what we found. Had to regroup, rebuild, put my feet back on the ground. Then KRON opened the gate, now we're making another round. Same night, same mission, different battleground. Guardians of the DIG, watch the whole crew gather round. We were bound for the moon before moon bound came around. So we don't need moon bound to be moon bound now. That's the line right there, keep that, that's your payoff. Then I bring the hook back one last time, but on the final repetition, change the ending. Zero chance. Anything gonna hold me down. Been through hell and back. Look who's standing now.
Standing now.
From a cell to no freedom. From lost to found. From moonbound to KRON. Still moonbound. Cash Night got more bounce to the ounce.
Yeah. God bless everyone out here watching this, supporting this channel. Like, share. Like this stuff, share this stuff. Let's tell people about Kaspa. Let's get hype, man. Real community, dude. Helping real community, dude. This is finding support up here. Look at this. It's getting back into this channel, dude. Are we breaking structure? Man, I'm excited, dude. Thank you, guys. God bless you guys. See you next time. Cash Night.